Welcome on back everyone to Total Warhammer 3 in part 14 of our Changeling Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, thankfully, a storm has rolled on in which has paused construction, so we're able to get some recording on done. I'm going to try to get as many episodes done now while I can. We're here at the Venom Glade, where Garl the Brave and the Cyclopean has come on in with a Changeling to dropkick the poor Druki defenders here, so we're just going to go ahead and give this one to the auto-resolve. We still lost 40, likely due to some friendly fire. I'm going to turn down my volume. Good grief. Exploding my eardrums. There we go. Only 40 fell. Who actually lost? We lost some Chosen. You disappoint me. Either way, we can drop in a Symbiotic Cult and keep on moving. Is one victory out of, I believe, 12 we need against the Druki. What, Egarl's flying around on a disc? Awesome. I think we do need to leave at least one of our lords as just a normal sorcerer lord, or just a normal chaos lord, and Egarl might be that one. I really like how they look on the discs. And his halberd has like the extra little spiky bits. Either way, bolt in the Venom Blade. And popped in perfectly the Shrouded Fancy already. We're not going to be making any money out of it. So with our 13,000 gold, let's go ahead and add on in probably the Underground Temple. Just make sure we keep boosting up all relations with all the evil factions. And then also, because I like all of the exalted heroes of Tzeentch, we're going to go pop in a mini-eyed tribute building. Should be glorious. Egarl. This new contact I'm using is hurting my eyesight a little bit. So bear with me a bit, boys. I'm having a hard time properly seeing here. Alright, we'll cut that part out. You know, the witch site takes its toll, apparently. So what we're going to go ahead and go for with this Chaos Lord. So Vanguard is for his non-demonic infantry, which would buff up our Chosen quite nicely. 12 more armor. When you get up above 120, though, things stop mattering a little bit more. Or stop mattering as much. Let's go for the blue line, I think, to start. That way we can at least start increasing corruption here in Nagaroth, and then later on drop that up, keep even more movement. For Throth, we'll definitely want replenish troops first, and then we'll start working down the good old magic line. Alright, Changeling, can we reach? Oh, we can. Rubinus, you are in trouble. And packing all of the shades. The battle of the invisible lads. Let's see who wins. Spoiler alert, it's probably not going to be you. Oh, really? They think we're going to lose. I mean, granted, they do have the Soul Rain bombardments, but if they don't know where our units are, how's that going to help them? Oh, we've got the blue Scribes flying around, because of course we do. They should be great. Alright, Rubinus. Even with my lack of eyesight, we shall still smite thee. Druki with no armor seems like a really unfortunate time, although this is a lot of shades. I will give them that. We're going to do lots of dodging, armor-piercing bolts to the field. Alright. And how often do we get to fight in Nagaroth? Almost none. Let's start deployment, and we will have our infantry. I mean, this is going to be one of those where it is a battle of whoever sees the other first is going to win. So let's go ahead and hide our pink horrors in the woods here. I guess including our Doom Knights, we'll put them up a little bit further. Pink horrors in the woods. Great stuff. And then we will have our normal Raiders of Change and Zangors and things just out in the middle. I thought this bush was Tzeentchified. Now it's just weirdly colored. So Zangors will be back just a little bit. If anything needs to get spotted first, let's let it be the spawn. They will drop the fastest, but they are an ROR. And if they fall, I'll just replace them with another Mutalith Vortex Beast. Always our enemies. Changing Briggers back here, who looks like they just got done torching some tents. Good on ya. Exalted Flamers will hide out in the woods themselves. Got a lot more range than their pink brethren, but perfect. So Asen as well, although we can kind of have him be the one that gets spotted. Love the blue. We have been fully corrupted by Tzeentch here in this, so far as we've played. Let's have the Severed Claw hang out up front. They are such a powerful unit. It makes me terrified for when they actually have proper Chosen of Tzeentch. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get them with Shadows of Change. I guess they're waiting for probably the end times for that one. We just have the Steam Tank out front, blasting away. Kevin and the Changeling over here. Let's have the other two. Oh, these are the Changebringers. I think they kind of look like Doom Knights for a half moment. Doom Knights, I do want you on the flank. They can surround and stop that dragon from moving just for a moment. And then we also have the Golden Griffin and our KFC Killer to make sure the Changebringers don't meet an untimely end. This should be awesome. I mean, you two are also just absolute monsters. We'll fly them in for wherever we want. All of our single entities. Golden Griffin, Aeson. Not the tank. No one cares about the tank. I want my spellcasters up front. Infantry. Changebringers and Thomas the Painting Train, and then the two cavalry units we've got. Cavalry-esque with the weird spawn. Alright. Let it begin. Cannons blasting away. Let's just send in the Exalted Heroes. Very small targets. I'm gonna have the Changeling turn over into the blue Scribes. Let's get sailing. So what do we have? Flames of Asgore, Oracle Fix-It, Renan's Thunderbolt, and then Savage Dominion. Don't mind if I do. I wish I could cast them. Let's just see if we can't deal with Rubius real quick. They don't like the blue Scribes, and they are not very tanky, so let's make sure they're falling back. You start blowing up some shades. Those Colossal Strikes active, you should deal with her very quickly. There's no extra abilities on either one of them there. Cool. That's gonna work on out. We'll do Final Transmutation, which has been rebuffed. It was accidentally nerfed. Heavy quotations on the accidentally. Alright, what do we got now? First of us should. No magics. That's the problem. You can shoot all the crossbows you want, but it's probably gonna hit your lord there. Glorious. Throw down the new horrors. Let's fly over the top and drop down the Tormentor Sword so no one's coming after them. Ooh, bad, 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 bad. Give you the heals, you're definitely gonna need it. And then drop down the Changeling too. Ooh, we can come over and summon in some more denizens. Get them crab people. Haven't even had to advance the main force. Because why would you? Alright, Changebringers, you do your thing. Give everyone their attack orders. Everyone deserves to do some damage. Not really sure what the tank's doing, but we'll try not to judge. Fly it up, just torch someone. Everyone else come out of the woods and do the same. Knights go for the back line. And give each of these guys different attack orders. Citizens of the Deep got annihilated. Alright, sail away on your boat. Quickly, I might add. We need to get out of there. Try not to get friendly fired. Searing Doom on this group. Inna's Golden over here. Our mage is down in melee for some reason. I likely did that completely by mistake. Yet we need to change Changebringers away from the enemy shades. They were able to do a lot of damage back. Our squishy flying boys are not enjoying much of the shooting. These Altids get in there. A little bit of damage shouldn't hurt. Aeson and the weird spawn, go do your thing. Oh, we annihilated our own Zangors. Awesome. Fire be like that. Have you go deal. What is there to shades? Yeah, you can go and take out some shades. That's no problem. summon these guys and then go land on the shades. Or if you don't know, you can shift click if you want to give them a spellcast order, so let's go for Souls Stealer in here. Give the Druchii a taste through on medicine. Granted Thunderbolt. I respect it. I'm not going to save you, but I respect it. And land here so they're not leaving. Here we are. It's a group of Druchii utterly annihilated. Make sure our Changebringers aren't hitting one another. Glorious. We've got lots of Druchii to run down, even though it will be a automatic victory, and basically all of the enemies are going to be deleted because they're in Force March, but we want those kills to go where we want them. Right back. Alright, 44 of our own fall in the fighting, likely mostly to friendly fire due to these Changebringers. They are overeager, what can we say? We'll go ahead and take the extra magic curse. Dang. Sorcerer's Apprentice. Oh, we got plenty. That's a plus 18. That's quite the adept apprentice there. Well then, Changeling, I think we shall finally go ahead and grab the Symbiosis ability. Which, if any allied armies are in the same province as them, it'll drop their upkeep by 50% and also give them a couple other buffs, like reinforcement range and replenishment.
The Changeling.
Evan can have more skills to pass out. Same thing with here with Asafar and groups. To get the double point in. That works for me. That means all of our different exalted heroes will level up that much faster. So now we are exposed, but the Admiral can't come ashore to fight us. Use this army here, possibly. Which, that many Bloodwrack Medusas are dangerous. We don't have that much single energy damage. So what if we just go into March stance, hide in Sotek's column, Otek's column. You can also just threaten Clark around just as easily. Witchwood being claimed by the Dark Elves actually makes it way easier for us to get in there and sack it. The handles of the Witchwood, and this will actually summon in. Summon in some green-skinned rebels. Vandalize the Witchwood and appear in all regions adjacent, which will cause the Druchii even more problems. We do also need to get up there and cause some issues to the Warriors of Chaos, because even though we want them to win, they've actually moved in quite a ways into the Druchii lands. We'd like to try to break that stranglehold a bit. Torturer Shack sounds fantastic. Not for the people who live there, but for everyone else.
Can't be done.
Would only spread maybe to the Bleak Fortress. I don't like that so much. Yeah, we don't need the extra spread because we'll be punching everything along the way. Let's do a quick check along the Ulthwani. They aren't making much now, but they will much later on. Make sure we're not getting spotted here in the Shrine of Cain either before our reality wound opens up. Here's the rest of our gold. We may need to come on back and take back a few of these. I love that it's just like a pile of armor. I don't know what this is. He's hiding under the rubble. Penny the Bloated. How would you like to be Penny the Exploded?
Annihilate for Tzeentch.
Don't run. Annihilate for Tzeentch.
Supreme.
We've got our Rattling Guns that'll give us a close victory and wipe out our Chicken Chasers. To be honest, I've been looking for a reason to get rid of them, so, see you boys later.
Leave nothing but gore.
Leave nothing but gore.
To the victor, go the soul.
They pretty much were already shambling gore anyway. She does have quite a few man-eaters. I gotta give that some respect.
Blasphemy.
Global recruitment is all used on up. Allies, well, we could secure some units from them. They don't have a lot of allegiance points right now. What we're missing for this group is kind of a good, sturdy front line. We could snag some Infernal Guard. 42 attack and 71 defense is very hefty. It's a definite maybe. Karn's fine for now.
Dark Princeling.
Dark Princeling. We'll grab Blessed by Evil to give us more post-battle loot and possibility for stealing some items.
Tzeentch's will.
Become an expert thief. I'm thinking Treason of Tzeentch is a good one. Good toolbox spell. If you can drop leadership against the likes of Skaven or even the Undead, you can force them to break that much sooner. Whereas the Undead is more of a direct damage spell. Egarl, my friend. Let's have you be more corruptive, and then Throth. It's Toth that got tossed down the stairs one too many times. It's now broken and has joined Tzeentch. Hopefully Morgr doesn't deal with Skaven Blight. I'd love to grab more ratty contraptions out of there. Alright, is there more money to be made? The Dawi should be able to make us an absolute ton. Because it looks like we have our global all built up. Let's make sure we're making, yeah, up in Krag Dramar and everything. They should be finally starting to recover from our escapades. So far as well, get in that disguised trade. We've got so much money flowing now. Thought about putting in maybe the here at Zulfbar we can go for the Enforcer's mode if we get it to spread over to Grom Peak and we just kind of crawl it across the mountain. I'll destroy it the second it does spread, but in the meantime, let's come on over to Amadeus, who's making his way across the Blasted Waste. We're going to try to take down the Sentinels. A lot of Grimgor's armies, and if we can actually manage to take one down, though, there's going to be a ton of golden experience. We do want ourselves to have a big bird. This is a mostly cavalry-based army, so we'll see how well I'm able to actually command them. Force Rebellion would be good. Just trigger here next turn. Just for extra experience, even. Cool. Seems to be about all we can get up to for this turn. Let's swing on into Chanjil Slave Gaze.
Marvelous. Magical.
We've got your Chosen for a front line. We could also go for Infernal Guard. Well, the ones that have the flaming helmets and the blasting charges are going to be superior in just about every way, so we'll hold back. Cool. Let's keep you where you're at. And good old Bane Chase. We've got so many armies. It's been a couple days, you can probably imagine. Let's use the teleport stance. Warp on through. The Monolith of Flesh here. Yoink. That's another Drugi for us to take down. Pull, fools. And now I take it back. We'll come on over to the Changeling. And that'll be our turn.
Is chaos. How will you serve Tzeentch?
Well, he thinks by being very pretty. A non-aggression pact. I don't know if I can trust you. How much gold do you want to give me for a non-aggression pact? Maybe. Taking down Sigvald is probably a pretty good idea. Give us one of the best duelists in the entire game. I'm going to go ahead and turn you down because you don't have that much gold for me. Changeling just a blue pirate. The Lord of the Flux. There has been stasis for far too long. The time has come to turn events on their head. Weaver of all fates conjures two horrors before you, each representing an opposing destiny. Slaying one will swirl the waters of tomorrow. We can take down the blue horror for allegiance with the Disciples of Hashut. Oh, absolutely. More allegiance. Now we've got our Cult of Change. Blue Scribes arrive. So parchment and ink. Blue Scribes marvel at the vast library before them, eager to fill it to the brim with all manner of destructive magic and abilities. Their bickering, however, is endlessly tiresome. While one yearns to join us on our path to ruin, destroying the mortal world, the other longs for the towering halls of your library, eager to continue transcribing their mess of jumbled scrolls in Tzeentch's honor. Though the constant argument has been the cause of several headaches, they do raise an interesting proposition. You could lead these harbingers of chaos into battle, where their records will be written in the blood of your foes, yet perhaps their work is better suited to your libraries, where this collection of occult power is sure to grow under their watch. Pretty much either way, they are joining you for the campaign. But if you have them join to the libraries, You'll have more winds and magic for all your armies and less cooldown for your Tzeentch and metal spells. Then Battlefield Study gives us, looks like for 15 turns, more experience gain for Tzeentch Lords and Heroes, and Mastery of Elemental Winds for Iridescent Horrors, Cultists, and Lords of Change, which is far superior, I believe. So lead them to destruction.
Scribes.
Welcome, Blue Scribes. You will be joining a Changeling. Is this necessary? Absolutely not. Actually, you know what? We won't be able to control everything. So you'll come on down and join Egarl and his quest. What will they replace? These Screamers, of course.
Your position is uncertain.
Your position is uncertain.
For the changer.
Yes, and we'll have you.
Deceiver.
Ooh, what's the plan? We can send the Changeling north. We do already have the Colts up here in the north, though. Look here, the Wild Hunt. Egarl the Autarkic. Need anyone but oneself as the path to weakness. I agree. Tzeentch probably doesn't agree, though. Arch was overdue. Blue Scribes are eager to wreak havoc upon your enemies, reading spells at random from their scrolls until all is drowning in chaos. Every morsel of magic let loose into the air is another scroll scribbled into being, another spell etched into life in Zenith's name. With the Blue Scribes at your side, the arcane power of Tzeentch is always at hand. With every parchment filled, new magics lie at your disposal, certain to make the enemies of the change quake in fear. Quite so. We'll show off the Blue Scribes skill tree, for you haven't seen them just yet. They are an awesome model, though. I love how angry little derpy this specific Screamer is. Doesn't move at all. He's very well trained. I don't believe they have any unique items to their name, but they have the trait just the two of us, so they'll be buffing up weapon strength for blue horrors, pink horrors, and exalted pink horrors. All of your horrors will get some buffs. 30% more weapon strength, 100% more ammo, and then 15% more missile strength. They're much better in all facets of combat. At least they deal more damage. They don't necessarily, not necessarily more defensive. For their unique traits, they've got Cacophony of Horrors, buffing up the barrier on all of your horrors, and then allowing them to cause terror as well, and then dropping enemy leadership by 5. They get more ammo and more missile strength, more movement range, and a lot more when they're not embedded. Vulnerable through change, which is your missile strength or missile resistance one, of course. Tzeentch's Questers. Research rate is increased by an additional 25%. Good grief. Now, Blue Flame Bombardment allows the Blue Flame explosions to the Blue Scribes attacks. They have a little bit of extra boom boom, 69 more. Nice. They're also the Squabble Pros, so once you get this, they are even better in melee. Still don't really want to them in melee, but they're not bad in terms of trying to fight off bats or anything like that up in the sky, which is always good. So they can funnel magic, spread corruption, steal tech, assassinate, siphon winds. Oh, siphon winds? Really? This will be most useful in Kairos, and I think Village is able to do it as well, perhaps? I haven't played it in a Village campaign. He was the champion of chaos that I cared the least about. As you also level up, you'll unlock different lores of magic. So you start with the Changer's Tools, which is just lores of Tzeentch. And then you upgrade from there. So Akshi, Azir, Shamon, Gur, Gyron, Hish, and Shaish and Ulgu. So you get your battle spells first. And then in the second tier, once you get 4 skills spent in the previous, you'll start unlocking the more specialized magic lores. So you got your Rat Magic, which is Ruin, Plague, and Stealth. You got your Primal Magic, which is Big and Little, or Big, Little Wah, Lore of the Wild, and the Great Maw, which is very good set of spells there. You got Dead Magic for Lore of Vampires, Nehekara, and Deep. Harmonious Magic, so Lore of Yin and Yang. Elf Magic for High and Dark Magic. Daemon Magic for Hashut, Nurgle, and Slanesh. Then Ice Magic for your Ice Tempest and Lore of the Hag, which actually I think Lore of the Hag is one of the absolute best ones to pick up first. Definitely not broken. At the very end, after spending 7 skill points, you will have access to a randomly chosen Cataclysm spell, 1 per turn. And just for the accompanying lords, what's your basically acts as an army ability? You'll get one of them per turn. Not one per battle, though. Make sure you're not going to be able to spam this one, but still very good. The Changeling, I am just going to bring. Let him teleport between Circle of Destruction and Haggrafe. Ooh. Luckily, we're only going to have a fight with Malekith, but this was a little bit scary for a moment. Egarl will have you. Rechulos is likely to run. Let's go set up the cult in Clarkaron. Blessings by Master, swallowed by Master. She'll set up the siege, and I think the blue Scribes are actually siege attackers, so let's see if they let us take them down here. Otherwise, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, really? Okay, so let's set up the Tzeentch towers and go from there.
Death to unbelievers!
Death for the unbelievers. Malekith has no chance of reaching, but I think Ritualist does, so that would be a fun battle to fight out on the actual map. Alright, Cult of Lies give us more cultist capacity. We could at least take it up to the Cult of Lies. Probably not a bad idea to snag just another Agent's Hollow to make sure we're not getting spotted there. We've got 4 more turns before we got the Sword of Cain. Woe is to our enemies. As soon as we grab that. Alright, let's take down the Monolith of Flesh here. Should be a very easy auto-resolve. Man, the poor Dark Elves have the worst garrisons. Seems like all the others have been reworked slowly over time to have a little bit... It's not like they're great, but... Man, the Druchii seem like they are pitiful. Dark Shards are scary, but as soon as you close the gap, their fear... They cease to be scary immediately. Go ahead and grab Hearts of Iron so the army is able to fight for a little bit longer. Second point into Mentor for Alcivar. Let me afford more... only one more Exalted Hero and then one more Chaos Sorcerer. You have no Exalted Hero. Gotta make sure we can find where we can actually recruit them, though.
You dare give
I
me
don't think it's
orders?
everywhere. It's definitely not in Prague. Help it. Perfect. Herald Dawi Breaker. Alagast, the Painbringer, or Vigo. Man, Vigo got hit in the head with something on his way down, didn't he? He's got Dark Fury. I think an additional 12 bonus view large is just silly. So Talagast and his Unholy Strike it is. Also go ahead and grab a Chaos Sorcerer. And the Sorcerer can go join up with you. So you join the Bane Chaser up here. We recruited our Sorcerer. Or not.
Stupid experiment. Waste of time.
Guess we can't. Come on down to Prague, maybe then. I thought for sure we were able to. Hellpit's got some strangeness afoot.
It is treason to command me.
An iridescent horror here. I don't want. Where's my settlements that have harder to find them than you wanted to be, isn't it? We're looking for which one in particular? Oh, just the military building up to tier 4. So yeah, Hellpit absolutely should be able to have one. What's going on? Is it because Painbringer's blocking the way? Must be. Okay, so where else do we have that kind of building then? Funnily enough, not in Kislev. Probably not in the rest of the old world here. We'll have to wait till next turn then. No problem. Mercantile Illusion. Cult Conspiracy, and then making so much in terms of Grimoires. I want to recruit another army here. Start dealing some damage to the undead, because they're doing far much to the Empire. we need to start pushing them back a little bit. So where can we start doing that from? Harder to find. Here we go. Hergig. Perfect. And we can't because there's a siege. Really? Just because Hergig's under siege, I can still recruit one from Kurgenwald, or Krudenwald, right? Beautiful. That huge conundrum. We'll snag... I think metal spells are going to be superior here. We'll have Grog and his burning body.
My soul for Char.
We are at war with them, so recruiting an army here would be very dangerous. We can just go Middenheim. Get the cultist building. Yes, we'll do. Go into Middenheim and grab the cultist building. After all that,
No.
we will wait till Henry maybe moves on, and then we'll try to summon in a lord there to take advantage. We have not much gold left.
Change is coming.
Flamers of Tzeentch. Flamers are fine. Exalted Flamers are better every single time, though. This will be the most flamethrowing army we have. I mean, almost all of them at this point are filled with flamethrowers. Karn. Riffer Rafa doesn't have a cult, and I think it needs one, but also we should come on over and help out. It's Morger. Honestly, I'd love to know what he's actually fielding. We don't get drop kicks.
Blasphemy.
No telling what he has.
I have risen.
Time to be aggressive.
Destruction awaits.
Alright, spawn. This shouldn't be that big a deal.
Dark.
We are all powerful. Find our next lord hasn't been moved. Amadeus.
Tzeentch's sorcerer.
Amadeus. Can't quite reach the sentinels, so we'll just kind of scoot forward.
Magic.
Build up some more
is
magics.
mine.
Sweet. Onward we march. It is rather strange that Grimgor has decided to leave Pigbarter alone, but it looks like they sacked it and now they're maybe being attacked from behind. Who knows? We do have the option now to do the changing of the ways. Spread corruption, transfer settlement. Ooh, hang on now. We could give the Fortress of Vorag over to Drazowath. Oh, no, we can't. Has to be a minor settlement. Okay, fair enough. Well then. How can we cause some problems? Let's go over to maybe instead... No, they can easily take Merigliano. That's not going to be an issue whatsoever. We can give Magrita over to them instead, as well, to the Skaven, that is. I think I will. We'll give this to Clan Scryer for a lot of... Good grief. Transferring settlements is expensive. We have a ton. I was looking at the wrong resource. Enjoy your new settlement. Then spread corruption for Karn. Actually, before we do, is there any other one that's like spread corruption in a certain specific area? Here for our schemes. Scarbrand beating down the Tomb Kings. Alliance with Tzeentch. With Kairos. And Skavenblight. Whoa. How about that? Karn, you were standing in Skavenblight for spreading some corruption. Yeah. Corruption spread. Beautiful. That'll be the turn. Okay, so she is going to come on up and attack Egarl directly. Let's have ourselves one final fight for this episode. Peretulus, which is an interesting name, facing down against Egarl. Definitely not Tzeentch corrupted Florida, man. Onward! Alright, Chosen of Tzeentch versus... well, I guess not the finest, but the second finest that the Dark Elves have to offer, as well as a bunch of angry snake ladies. Now we're going to start deployment. We're going to be smart about this because they do have a dragon and a lot of pseudo-artillery, which we don't really want to fight straight up in an honest fight. So what we'll do is we will deploy, because we don't want them to all be hiding in the forest. So we'll get our Chosen and our Pink Horrors and our Infernal Guard in a kind of checkerboard. We want it to be pretty spread apart, too. Now I'm going to control down a couple times, that way they're grouped up in squares, and we'll grab all of our Chosen and our Fire Guard, our Infernal Fire Glaives, and push them forward. I realized that I grabbed the wrong unit here. I wanted to use the Flamers. We'll push these guys back a little bit further. And we'll grab the Flamers and just kind of put them in place. We want them fairly close up. Here we go. Then I can have the Pink Horrors taking the other part of the checkerboard. And they can even be in behind those Flamers we really want, because they can fire right over the top of them, no problem. Probably something like this. Sweet. And then we can have our Cultist and our Iridescent Horror as the front portions of this formation, since neither of them have mounts. And the blue Scribes and our Lord come up front to beat down on wherever the enemy reinforcements are. Well, I guess the reinforcements are over here, wherever their settlement garrison is. Skaven Plague Mortars, which maybe fit Nurgle a bit more than us here as Tzeentch, but they are artillery, so we'll take it. All of our single entities has one front line, and the rest of the missile lads in guard mode, and then the Screamers. Screamers indeed. I'm gonna have the Chosen be their own as well. Let it begin. We'll just move up. Take the high ground here, send in the Screamers and the Blue Horrors, or the Screamers and our Lord and the Blue Scribes. See what's going on the other side there. Everyone else. Don't add them. Oh, we need the Chosen as well, don't we? Chosen, and then you two. Take that hill formation there. Alright, where are the Druki now hiding? We have 37 seconds before reinforcements show up, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. But we can have Egarl and... just Egarl drop down on the Blood Rag Medusa to deal with them. They're just going to run all the way. They're running back all the way up to the pack. Trying to take a defensive position at the opposite side of the map. A pretty smart idea. Go deal with these guys here. All three. Crush them as fast as possible. Meanwhile, we can unleash some Tzeentch's Firestorm here in the woods. Oh, they keep hiding. Cheeky, but not to be unexpected. So hit this group. We can go for... Here come those reinforcements. We can go for the Firestorm, as everyone tries to reinforce. Crush those Dark Shards. Everyone's coming on in now. Looks like the Dragon's going to be taking the front position. Makes sense. Let's rotate our guys to meet them. Screamers doing their thing. Let's go ahead and pull them away from those Dread Spears, though. Go for the Pink Flame Overcast. Should do a lot of damage to this group here. Safely deletes them. Works for me. Go ahead and have you guys pull out of the woods. Screamers are really meant to be a anti-large, monstrous, they're monstrous war beasts. And deal with this dragon. That should be no problem. In fact, you should be able to bring everyone in to deal with the dragon pretty easily. One fireballs our way. It won't save you. Weaken her. Completely surrounded. We'll have the other screamers come after the mage backline. Agreen. Just throwing fireballs where you can. It won't save you. Screamers are the premier anti-large flyers. Do need to get back away from the Medusae though, otherwise we're gonna lose lots of the Screamers very quickly. How much damage a single blue fire does to the Medusa.
Souls and sorcery.
Chop them up. You guys go ahead and fall back towards our line, and we'll have the Plague Mortar start dealing damage there. Runs away. Fair enough. Come here and help out our lord. How much damage do we get? Oh, about a third. Not bad. Where are they shooting those? Just all over the place, looks like. Alright, Storm of Fire. I don't really know where we can use you. Enemy Lord, thankfully, is gone. Let's bring our lads away and we'll decide what the plan is. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, everyone, fall back. That enemy Lord on there is not going to come down to fight us, so we'll make sure we're dealing with the bolt chuckers. That many of the Medusae in one spot is dangerous. Burn them back around and we're doing some damage. Love to see the fire glaive start kicking in too. Definitely need to get the blue scribes out of there. Not meant to be fighting a unit of cavalry. Oh, there's the knife Gavin Claw. Alright, fair enough. He's down on the ground. Oh yeah, well of course I had him let him land. The Dread Spears took subbed in position though. Alright, Blue Scribes, I know I asked you to leave that fight. Come on away. Got the pink fire. Oh, they're going all in on dealing with our blue scribes. Was a demon. How mean. Throw a fireball their way before you leave, my friend. Scorch them. Fire Glaives even are struggling. They're a nasty unit. Like, nothing else matters but stopping the Medusa. We did lose one of our units of Screamers, but that's alright. They dealt with their corner pretty well. They are focusing everything on the blue scribes. Makes sense. It's still a bully move. Force the blood rack. Look how much damage. And I focus the one. Scribes, I need your blue fire again. Last of the blood rack. We'll just move in and duel this one. The second you move away from my lines, you're much more at risk. I can't lie to you. I think we're gonna lose the blue scribes already. That's goofy. You guys need to fall back. Are we gonna be unable to recover their leadership at all? Looks like no. So we win the fight, we lose the blue scribes. They'll be back. Unfortunate though. All of our screamers go too. Alright, such is the way. Burn and blast. Slash's harvesters. They're just gonna all flank around. Interesting. Give them the torch. I love that you guys decided to ignore your orders so that our pink horrors got slain. Exactly what we want to see. Either way, the Dark Elves have been defeated. Not without his losses, though. Good grief. When they already have the Medusae, the normal flamers are definitely a detriment to your squads. Alright, well, we win, but that was absolutely a super Pyrrhic victory. This showed me the downsides of this army. These Screamers, from my own testing, can take down Demogryphs without halberds. They can take down normal Demogryph Knights, no problem in a fight. But we do need to make sure we have some anti-infantry flyers as well, so I'm going to be trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. Probably a couple of Cockatrice, maybe at least 2, or just our normal Flying Furies will work to fill that role quite well. Screamers will be good, but we just want to use them for their intended purpose, which is taking down large targets or just archers. So we'll go for Num-Nums.
Statecraft is the folly of the
Hello, glowy eyes. So you're a raider and a pirate, and a naval aggressor. I don't like any of these things. Peace for 2,000, though. Oh, peace for 2,000. You are holding out on me. No, she's not. She has no money. Then we'll take peace for 2,000 plus a non-aggression pact. How about that? She did have more money. You were holding out on me. Can I ask for more? Well, 3,000. He's like, how about not? Alright, we'll take that weird 2776 then. Good, if it pleases you, help yourself to my admiral supplies of rum on your way out. Excellent. Turns out Celestra is quite nice. Still looking at you quite aggressive.
Riddle me this. Who talks sense?
Hello, Grom. Definitely not Grom. Non-aggression pact for you as well. Wait, do we need greenskin allies? You also holding out on me there, Grom. Interesting. 11. We'll take it. Offer works with my plans. Or old Blacktooth's plans.
I abase myself before your illustrious brilliance.
Oh, I'm sure he cares all about your $5 words. Non-aggression pact with Wulfric. Looks like you're holding out on my two there, Red-headed Papa. Give me some gold. Good. Our gods visited us many blessings this night. Several extra eyes.
What do you want?
Norska wants to stop fighting, that's what it is. Listen, Throg, we can have peace after I get the prerequisite Norscan victories. So you just have to wait. Yes, take this wealth, these coins and relics. If that's what makes you feel safe. I love that Throg, at least in the diplomacy screen, is quite clever. Outside, he's raw. Eat people all the time. A forest of fingers, seedling sprouts from the floor of your chambers. It leaves shimmering between gold and blue. Its leaves, rather. After but 9 hours, it has grown high as the ceiling. It bears a strange fruit. Hundreds of spindly, spectral fingers. They twitch in unison, seeking a target. Gross. Fingers in the ears. These fingers are gonna come off and go find people and stick themselves. Gross. Fingers in the eyes gonna give us more line of sight. I mean, if we could get the Legion of Chaos as our vassal, that'd be sweet. Let's go ahead and make sure we can see further away, though. Go stab these fingers in people's eyes. Don't talk to me about it. I knew the blue scribes are wounded. It makes me feel very stupid. Boat rattlers are wiped out. Haven Blight has been destroyed. Well, we need to get vengeance for that one.
Prince.
Montanus is their birdstone. It shall fall. Let's go ahead and drop into... I hope the rating stands would give us some extra corruption, but it doesn't. We are not quite Morgar. We'll just do the old enchant thing.
Work before murder.
Get us some nukes to throw at our enemies. Alright, hefty treasury. Got a little bit of recruiting to do, but that's going to be all the time I've got for this episode. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Changeling campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for Light God and a sub in the Zubthron. See you all in the next one.